In a significant move to bolster its Arctic defense capabilities, Canada has announced a $6 billion Canadian deal, that's $4.2 billion US, to acquire a state-of-the-art over-the-horizon radar system from Australia. This acquisition marks a critical step in enhancing Canada's surveillance and early warning capabilities in the Arctic region, a zone of growing geopolitical significance. The radar system will provide comprehensive coverage extending from the Canada-United States border deep into the Arctic, enabling the Canadian Armed Forces to detect and respond to potential threats more effectively. The decision to purchase the Australian-made radar system reflects Canada's commitment to modernizing its defense infrastructure and ensuring the security of its northern territories. This radar system is renowned for its advanced technology, boasting a range and precision that will significantly enhance Canada's situational awareness in the Arctic. The system's sophisticated sensors and data processing capabilities will provide real-time tracking of aircraft, ships, and other potential threats, bolstering Canada's ability to protect its sovereignty and interests in the region. The acquisition of this advanced radar system comes at a time of heightened global interest in the Arctic, with climate change opening new shipping routes and resource extraction opportunities. As a nation with a vast Arctic coastline, Canada recognizes the importance of maintaining a strong defense posture in the region. The radar system will play a crucial role in monitoring activity in the Arctic, including the movement of foreign vessels and aircraft. This investment in Arctic defense is not only about protecting Canadian territory but also about upholding international law and ensuring the peaceful and sustainable development of the region. By enhancing its surveillance capabilities, Canada aims to promote transparency, deter potential adversaries, and contribute to the stability of the Arctic. The radar system will serve as a vital tool for monitoring compliance with international agreements and upholding the rules-based order in the Arctic. Prime Minister Mark Carney's recent visit to Iqaluit, the capital of Nunavut, underscores Canada's unwavering commitment to its Arctic territories and its people. During his visit, which took place on Tuesday, March 18, 2025, Prime Minister Carney engaged with local communities, highlighting the government's dedication to strengthening infrastructure, supporting economic development, and improving the lives of those living in Canada's north. The visit to Iqaluit followed Prime Minister Carney's diplomatic trips to Paris and London, demonstrating the importance Canada places on both its international relations and its Arctic agenda. Iqaluit, with a population of 7,500, holds immense cultural and geopolitical significance as the capital of Canada's newest and largest territory. Prime Minister Carney's presence in the region sends a clear message that the Arctic remains a top priority for the Canadian government. During his visit, Prime Minister Carney participated in a number of events and meetings, including discussions with Inuit leaders, community members, and local officials. These engagements provided valuable insights into the unique challenges and opportunities facing the Arctic region. Prime Minister Carney's visit also served as a platform to announce significant investments in Arctic infrastructure, education, and healthcare, further demonstrating the government's commitment to the well-being of Northerners. The Prime Minister's visit to Iqaluit highlights the importance of fostering strong relationships with Indigenous communities and incorporating their perspectives into policy decisions. By engaging directly with Inuit leaders, the government aims to ensure that its Arctic policies are aligned with the needs and aspirations of the people who call the region home. The visit also provided an opportunity to showcase the resilience and cultural richness of Arctic communities, highlighting the importance of preserving and celebrating Inuit heritage. Canada's recent defense acquisitions and strategic moves in the Arctic come amidst a backdrop of increasing geopolitical tensions and competition for influence in the region. As climate change continues to reshape the Arctic landscape, opening up new shipping routes and resource extraction opportunities, nations around the world are taking a keen interest in the region. Canada, with its extensive Arctic coastline and long-standing presence in the north, is acutely aware of the need to assert its sovereignty and protect its interests in this increasingly contested environment. The Arctic is no longer a remote and isolated region, but rather a focal point of global attention, and Canada is taking proactive steps to ensure its security and influence in this evolving geopolitical landscape. One of the key drivers of tension in the Arctic is the issue of territorial claims. Several countries, including Canada, Russia, the United States, and Denmark through Greenland, have overlapping claims to parts of the Arctic Ocean and its seabed. These competing claims have led to increased military activity in the region, as nations seek to assert their presence and protect their perceived interests. The Arctic is also becoming increasingly militarized, with countries bolstering their military capabilities in the region. Russia in particular has been expanding its military presence in the Arctic, reopening Soviet-era bases and conducting large-scale military exercises. This militarization has raised concerns among other Arctic nations, including Canada, which view it as a potential threat to regional stability. In addition to territorial disputes and militarization, the Arctic is also facing a range of environmental challenges, including climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss. The geopolitical complexities in the Arctic are further compounded by strained relations between Canada and the United States, particularly under the administration of former President Donald Trump. Trump's rhetoric and policies towards Canada during his presidency, including threats of trade tariffs and disparaging remarks about Canadian leaders, have contributed to a cooling of relations between the two traditionally close allies. This strained relationship has implications for Arctic security, as cooperation between Canada and the United States is essential for addressing common challenges in the region. One of the most contentious issues between Canada and the United States in the Arctic is the status of the Northwest Passage. Canada considers the Northwest Passage to be part of its internal waters, while the United States views it as an international strait. This disagreement has led to tensions over the right of passage for ships, particularly as climate change makes the Northwest Passage more navigable. Another point of contention is the level of United States military activity in the Arctic. Canada has expressed concerns about the potential for increased United States military presence in the region, viewing it as a potential threat to its sovereignty and a destabilizing factor in the Arctic. The strained relationship between Canada and the United States under the Trump administration has made it more challenging to address these differences and find common ground on Arctic issues. However, it is important to note that despite these challenges, cooperation between Canada and the United States in the Arctic has continued in areas of mutual interest, such as search and rescue, environmental protection, and scientific research. The two countries also collaborate through multilateral forums, such as the Arctic Council, to address shared concerns in the region.